born not during the colonial era. I was born in a place called Ahero, and that is in Kisumu County. I grew up there, born to parents that were Christians. In fact, the testimony of my mother is that when she conceived me, that's the time she met and accepted the saving grace of God.
So you are a blessing.
So immediately I got born to Christians.
Amen.
Who are on fire for Christ. Yeah, because they were to be the example that I emulated later, copied and worked with. And they were my first inspiration. I remember my mother was very prayerful and was a preacher. But the funny thing is that my mother did not know how to read and write. She didn't go to anybody's school. My father went to the very elementary levels of education. But I remember them raising us as Christians. Every evening, my father, who is still there, would gather us around a table. We had no chairs. There was only one chair and one table in that home. And as we would kneel around the table, as she was, nurturing us, giving us memory verses. And I remember we could recite these verses. That time we didn't know how to read and write. We were still very young. But we were able to memorize the Bible, read by him, repeated by us, until when our guests would come, their guests would come, we would be gathered around to recite the biblical verses. That is the background that I grew up in. I am the fifth born in a family of 7, and as I was growing up in primary school, in secondary school, one thing kept ringing in my mind and in my heart, that I would want to serve the Lord. And I remember in Form 4, as we were waiting for our last 2 papers, we gathered in the field and people were asking themselves, what would you want to do? And I remember saying, when everybody had indicated that they want to be a doctor, a lawyer, an hotelier, and so on, and I said, I'd want to be a pastor.
Wow.
Yes.
How did the rest respond?
They laughed at me. They looked at me and they said, no. Is that what you are here for? I told them I would like to be 5 things. 1 is a pastor, a teacher. I would want to be a lawyer. I want to be a designer. Yeah. And I want to be an entrepreneur.
But the pastor came first.
The pastor is the thumb.
Yes.
It's the bigger one.
Yeah.
It was thumbs high. And they were like, oh, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And Catherine, there is power in the tongue.
Very
And
true.
you are what you confess. And confessions don't just come. They are triggered by a voice from God, which you may not know at that time. Because I remember when I said that, and some people said they wanted to be lawyers, others wanted to be hoteliers. Another one said that they want to be a shoe shiner. But they didn't laugh so hard when this shoe shiner said, I want to be a shoe shiner.
But for the pastor, they found
laughed.
it funny.
Yes. Do you know, I've met all these boys that we were with in high school. And each one is what they professed, what they confessed they would want to be.
So we are a product of our words.
You are a product of your words.
How did it go with your parents when they heard what you'd want to
My
become?
mother was very excited. My father was also very excited. Because in 1992, that is the time I had joined PCA in 1991 in Garissa, when I joined my brothers there. And then I looked for a church. I could not get one because I remember going to SDA, I couldn't fit. I remember going to Anglican, I did not fit. I remember going to another church there, which I don't know its name up to today. I never fitted. But one day, on 1st of May, 1991, that was Labor Day, I went to the field to watch a match between the provincial team and the district team in Garissa. And I felt a lot of headache because there was a lot of heat. So when I was getting back home, I heard some young people sing in preparation for the Youth Sunday, which was the next day. And I joined them. And I sat there. Yeah. And when they were done, I introduced myself. Kiswahili kilikuwa ngumu sana kwangu.
So this courage began a long time ago.
Yeah, so that time I was, I just introduced myself, and under the leadership of Reverend Gashora, Joshua Gashora, who is now a retired minister, I was welcomed to church. And that's how I became a Presbyterian. He took me through catechism. He gave me the confirmation. And then I became a member. And I remember I led the choir. I also became a deacon. And then the opportunity to become a minister arose. So, not a minister, an evangelist. So I was asked to go and do the interview because I had applied. I was to go to Mombasa. And that previous evening, before I traveled the following morning, my brother said, "You are not going anywhere." Yeah? This madness of becoming a pastor,
we don't want it here.
We don't want it here.
We want an engineer.
Yeah. At that time, I'd already applied to the Kenya Post Office and Telecommunication to become a technician trainee. So that's what they were waiting for.
Not this pastor thing.
Not this pastor thing. Then I told them, because I believe if it's really God that is calling me, then one day it will come to pass. And this that you are despising today will be the fallback position for you when you need something.
Are they still there to see the person you became?
Yes, some are still there.
What do they say about it?
They are saying exactly, they are seeing exactly what I told them. So there it was. I didn't go. But later, something was working on the other side of Mombasa. They didn't get an evangelist.
So an opportunity came.
They called again, they advertised again. And when I went, I went there, I did the interview under Reverend Mochoi, David Newton Mochoi, the late, and I passed. And then I came back, but I didn't know I had passed. You know, that was the time when there were no telephone calls. They had no telephones. So what happened? I just, there were no mobile phones, but there were telephone booths. So I came back, and one afternoon, here I was. I was in in my designer shop, and when I was there, I had some ringtone from the booth. I went, and I was told that I've been shortlisted, and I should go back to the interview again. So when I went, they told me I have passed. Okay, so I had to come back and tell my brothers that I had passed.
Which they didn't believe.
Which they didn't believe. Then I went to the post office to collect letters, and I found a letter from Kenya Post Office and Telecommunication telling me to report to Gilgil for training.
So which one did you pick?
So I picked this of the evangelist.
That is where your heart was?
Yes, that is where my heart was.
Yeah.
And I remember my father telling my brothers, wachaneni na yeye. He told them, wachaneni na yeye. And he compared two people. He said, that here we have two people. One is a politician who has a Gorofa house, and another one is a bishop who has a Gorofa house. So even those who choose the line of the Lord will also be blessed. I don't want to say what has happened and what has not happened, because you see that what you see up here has a story behind it, and that is part of that story. So I became an evangelist, and later I went for training as a minister, and I started with certificate in theology and pastoral studies for 3 good years. First at the Pastoral Institute, second at the Presbyterian College when we moved from Zambezi to Thogoto. And we were in that class. Today, those who are in that class, I know of Reverend David Rege, who is still here, Reverend Koipa, Reverend Kisanga, who is leading a bigger church, bigger Presbyterian church of Kenyan origin in the US.
True.
Reverend Dr. Nzioka, who is leading a PCA church again in Kansas. And both have invited me there to preach there. Yeah.
Many
And then we have
later.
Reverend Uluma. Our class was blessed and has been blessed because for us it was service, and we were enjoined or enlisted for service, and that's what we are doing.
It was purely calling.
Pure calling.
But nowadays, do you feel like people are losing it?
Well, it is true. We still have people who are genuinely called, but we also have people, when they see you now the way they see me, they admire to come there.
When they see the glory
They
and the
see
glow.
the glory. So what they are seeing is like this flower.
Yes.
When you see up here the way it has blossomed, it is called phototropic.
Oh, yes.
So the phototropic is what you see out here.
The outside.
The outside, that which has flowers, that which has fruits, that which is appealing, that which looks good, that which looks the way I am today.
Very true.
But there is a story
Behind it.
and that story is called gravitropic.
Oh, yes.
So in every phototropic there is a gravitropic. There is the story. And in every song, so this is the song that everybody wants to sing, there is a reason behind it. There is a story.
And that defines your leadership, because I saw somewhere you written phototropic and gravitropic leadership.
Yes.
Please share with us about
Gravitropic leadership is where you understand the background. You understand what is this that has built this kind of leadership that you see today. This kind of person, this kind of the one in charge, because leadership is the person with a vision. So this kind of vision that you see is blossoming, it has a story behind it. And that story is gravitropic.
And the story is more important.
And the story is more important because if you understand the story, then you will stop from being a judge. You'll stop being judgmental. You hear somebody's story, you'll be able to know this person has come from far. So as I was saying that story, I did a certificate. I was posted to Kangemi for my practicals, Kangemi parish. But when I went to the presbytery, I was received. 2 hours later, a letter comes saying that I'm now not going to Kangemi. I'm going to Nakuru. And the stories around me and Nakuru, some people I know, you know them, those stories, how I was mistreated during my pupillage time. Yeah? How I had, blisters on my hand, working for a minister who was training me.
Is it that they didn't believe in you, or they just felt you're not at the right place?
I think they were just, it was just a personality, their personality, and I don't know, because I have never known up to today how somebody can mistreat a student that is posted to them. But then I was to stay for 1 year before I was given my collar. Others stay for 6 months. And I just said, okay, the Lord is still my collar. And I said, this is my story. So let me build the story. Then I was posted to Mpeketoni.
In Mombasa?
No, not Mpeketoni. I was posted to Malindi. Then before I landed to Malindi, I got another letter telling me now go to Mpeketoni. Okay? Mpeketoni is not very far. It is just 400 kilometers from Mombasa. It's not far. And that time I had a young child, yeah, who was barely 5 months.
So how was it for your family and your wife?
They had no choice because the call is all I had.
It was a driving force.
It was the driving force. And I asked my wife, would you remain home? And she said, no, let's go.
I'll follow you.
Where you go?
Your God is my God.
So her and my 2 children, we went to Mpeketoni. We stayed there for 2 good years. And then we were transferred from Mpeketoni to Kuria. So those of you who know me today, this phototropic has a gravitropic story.
Behind it.
From Mpeketoni to Kuria.
I know.
Kuria is not very far. It is 110 kilometers from Kisii.
Wow.
From Kisii.
All this time, did you feel like giving up? Did you feel like I don't want to do this?
No, I didn't No, I can't say I felt like that. There is only one day, but one thing that I used to do and I still do is I stand for the truth. And I stand my position. And I refuse to be cowed by anybody. That I refuse. I will tell you, if you don't see it today, that is okay. But I know one day you'll see it. So we went to Mpeketoni, to Kuria, and there we were in a very small house. A house where, and remember it was sourced by some people, so that I go there as a minister. I was the first minister there. I told my wife, don't you jolly, let us be here, let us serve here. Don't care about who sourced for the house, because I remember it is a house that when you sit on the bed, this is the wall. And there you are.
With your family.
With your family.
And you're expected to minister.
And you're expected to minister and to
deliver.
To start up that church.
So it was an endeni for you.
It was an endeni. Even Mpeketoni was an outreach. So there we also stayed for 2 years. Then we went now, we were transferred to Kahawa West in Nairobi. Then somebody said, oh, Agola cannot work there. He can only work in the mission areas. So I was taken to Kangundo. I never landed in Kahawa West.
Did you ever try to defend yourself? And
yeah. So I didn't defend myself. How would I defend myself? Remember, apart from my friends in the ministry who understand that this ministry is for all of us and that PCA does not call people. PCA offers a platform for people who are called. So I found some people who believed that all of us are not here because of our sphere of influence for PCA affiliations. No. They are not in the ministry because they are Kikuyus. They are not in the ministry because they are Merus. They are not in the ministry because they are in the ministry because they are called. And when people who are called meet, they only talk about the call.
True.
So these people could encourage me and tell me, keep on, brother. It shall be well. And one of such is the Reverend Kivathi, who is now in the UK, serving there. Another one is Reverend Karemi, who was in the US and now is here. Yeah? Then they have encouraged me. So when I was in Kangundo, I served there for 3.5 years. Then I was sent to Loresho to serve there. I had a certificate, but I had also done some short courses. I remember I told you, I believe in empowerment and continuous personal and professional development. So I had done some courses when I was in Peketoni, a course in paralegal studies, and a course in civic affairs, and so on and so forth. Let me tell you, that course that I did for 3 days is the course that cost me to travel out of the country to go and do civic education in Sudan, to monitor elections in Zimbabwe and in other parts of Africa. Do not despise a humble beginning.
Wow, hold it there. Do not despise your
A humble beginning.
My guest this morning, wow, Reverend Dr. Elias Otieno Agolla, despite the journey, the hard and the tough beginning, here he is, Director JPRC,
Yeah,
NCCK chairman.
yeah,
NCCK is not just a town thing,
no,
the whole country.
yeah,
You tell us how you got to be there.
sure.
We take a short break. Thank you so much, Elizabeth Ndongo. A very powerful journey and testimony, the doings of the Lord. A true leader and teacher of the word. Wishing Reverend Agolla God's journey. Let us know where you are at. Please, you can share with us your thoughts. Peter Ngari, I'm sure no sound equals sour. Thank you so much, Jimna. Thanks for the confirmation. Sound equals sour. I'm your host, Wanjiku Kamau. And remember, this show is brought to you by Maono Safaris Tours and Travel. You can check them out on their website, www.maonosafaris. If you want to go on a safari, do you love safari? Dr.
Oh
Ali?
yes, I travel.
You
and
need
I
to
like
look out
traveling.
for them, man.
They need to look out for me. It is them who are in business. Yeah.
I mean, there's some very good offers. You know, people say you cannot travel in January, February, you cannot travel in December. So we're here to say that it's possible in January. It's doable in February.
Oh, yes.
You can still go to the Masai Mara
Yes,
with your family
why not?
for 3 days
Why not?
over the
I
weekend.
enjoy the tents there.
I know. Thank you so much, Jimna.
Yeah.
May the Almighty God continue expanding you and more grace. You're such a great leader. Favor. May favor continue locating you. Thank you so much,
That was my
Jimna.
session clerk, yes.
Oh, yes. You're just doing so well in the U.S.
And Elizabeth Ndungu, I think, is from Kahawa West.
Kahawa West.
Yes.
Wow, your people, they're still
you.
following.
Those are my people.
We thank God.
Yeah.
We take a short break. Don't go away. We'll be back in a few.
Thank you.
I take this opportunity to welcome you to this beautiful, serene, and lush learning environment. We have taken care and we are intentional to ensure that your stay here is beautiful, memorable, and fun-filled.
Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Discover Africa with Maono Safaris Tours and Travel. Join us as we take you on unforgettable journeys to the most stunning destinations. Whether you're seeking thrills or calmness, we have the perfect tour for you. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Meet new friends, connect with loved ones, and immerse yourself in diverse cultures. Book now and enjoy your first adventure with us. Explore Africa with Mono Safaris, Tours and Travel. Your adventure awaits. Visit us at our website www.monosafaris.com or email us info@monosafaris.com or give us a call on 111-504-807. Mono Safaris, Tours and Travel. We are because we love what we do. Welcome back. You are watching Behind the Face here at CAC TV, and we say we're here to bring you a program that everyone in the family can watch. And so, Behind the Face is a family show. But Gen Z wants to be encouraged because, Rev, we have young people who are starting, and sometimes the challenges, they tend to withdraw very fast when small challenges come. So when they hear where people are coming from, then they're able to press on.
And to appreciate.
Thank you, Grace Waithera. Please keep those comments coming in. Mchungaji kweli ulikapitia. But God with you all through.
Amen.
Hannah Kige, she's saying the testimony is very motivating. Reverend Agola, you are such a good educator and encourager. God be with you.
Thank you.
When you have this kind of a story, you don't keep it to yourself.
No.
You tell it to the people.
You tell it to the people. You let people know because there are some people who may be struggling, Will I really make it? How do I get to where the other person is? I would say leave those shortcuts. They don't make sense. They do not make sense. Because what makes sense is you accepting that you are not copying another person. You are living your own life. And what you are passing through may be similar to what other people have passed through, but they are not the same. You have your own experience, and that experience builds you into the person that people will be seeing. Even you, when you started, you are like, am I going to make it? How am I going to do it? Like many people have been asking me, how have you survived in this Kikuyu church?
Oh, very true. Tell us.
Is that the question you wanted to ask?
I was to ask it at some point.
No, this is not a Kikuyu church. PCA is the Church of Jesus Christ. PCA is a church like any other church. And PCA is found everywhere in the world. Of course, it may interest you to know that I was the first PCA minister to be ordained in the whole world. That's the reality. And when I was ordained 26, 27 years ago, there were no other ministers. Of course, there was an evangelist, Akuno, who was going to be with the Lord, but he was not a minister. But after me, now we have more than 8 ministers who have come from the PCA, from the Luo Nyanza. And we are serving the Lord. We have churches in Luo Nyanza. We have congregations. In fact, God willing, we should be a presbytery one day. And that should not be a long time from now. I'm saying that it doesn't matter how you started. What matters is your resilience. What matters is your zeal to continue. I told you I started with certificate, training in certificate. Yeah, I've done some diplomas later, but not in the line of theology. But later I enrolled at St. Paul's and I did my Bachelor's of Divinity. So from that certificate, I enrolled at St. Paul's. I got my bachelor's degree. Then I enrolled at International Leadership University. And I have my master's in governance. Then I later applied. Every time for 20 good years, I had applied for a scholarship. 20 good years. From 1999, every year I was applying for scholarship to go and study. So when it was not forthcoming, that's when I went to St. Paul's to be a private student, and I studied there. We are the people who started the town council, the town campus at Nairobi. Yeah? And we thank God that many of us who started that campus are somewhere in very senior positions in learning institutions and also in parishes, Anglicans and others.
Talking of 27 years in the ministry,
yes,
and all the challenges, how did those challenges help you to become a better person?
Yeah, every challenge is a stepping stone. It is only a stepping stone if you look at a challenge as something to be faced. Kuiangalia kabisa macho kwa macho. And saying that this is a challenge. So you have to identify. When you have an issue, is it a crisis? If it is a crisis, deal with it by handling it in management form. If it is a problem, solve it. Because problems are there to be solved, not to be swept under the curtain or under the carpet, sorry. And then challenges are faced. I have had challenges. And as you heard the story of how I was being posted, and before you land there, another person thinks that they are the ones who are supposed to be there and not you. But I like it, that when you face your challenge, you fall in the everlasting hands and arms of the Lord. Hands and arms of the Lord. And the Lord gives you the peace that you require to serve. That is how I have faced my challenges. Accepting them, facing them head on, and saying, God, I'm still in your service. And never will you leave me, never will you forsake me. Standing on those promises is what has helped me to come this far. So I told you that later I studied and earned my degree and my master's. After 20 years, the Lord came through. And I got 2 scholarships.
Wow.
One for the US to go to Orlando, and another one for the UK to go to Queen's University, Belfast. And I went there.
You picked the US or the UK?
I picked the UK. But I also applied and was admitted that I deferred that. I've not gone. If I want to go even today, I will still go. It's there.
So the waiting was worth it?
Very worth it.
So it's good for us to wait?
It's good to wait. It's good to...
20 years, daktari.
It's good kuvumilia your background.
You know, we are waiting for 2 years and then we give up.
And taking it as a time for God to prepare you. So I went to the UK and I studied conflict transformation and social justice. Something related to what I have been doing since the 3-day certificate. Issues of governance, issues of civic affairs, issues of social justice, issues of conflict handling, from conflict management to conflict resolution to conflict transformation, from peacekeeping to peacemaking to peace building, and how I loved it. I had the opportunity to remain in the UK. I had the opportunity to decide and work more there. Because when I was there, I also pastored a church. I pastored a church 400 kilometers away, 1 hour flight from Belfast to London.
Every Sunday?
Not every Sunday, every Sunday, every one Sunday in every month. Yeah? But something happened when I signed a contract now with them to serve them. Yeah? I went there, we signed a contract, we agreed that I'm now going to be their pastor. And do you know what happened?
Tell us.
Corona.
It hit.
So Corona hit the whole world.
And everything was shut down.
Yes, shut down. And since I'm a person who believes that there is no door here because nobody opened a door here, but it doesn't mean that there can't be a door here.
You can make one.
You can make one. If that one is shut and we have to get out of this studio today,
To do
what
something.
happens? We will have to get out. One day you remember in biblical times, Jesus is in a room and there was an invalid somewhere. You know what the invalid says? Even if I drop, I'm already a cripple. I will still remain a cripple. So there are times when you have to see way where there seems to be no way. And that way is made by God. So your relationship with God causes you to see other things that other people are not seeing at the moment. So what happened? I Googled here and there and I said, how can I hold a meeting virtually? Then something, Zoom, came in. And I took about 2 hours studying that. And I studied it and I studied it. Then I sent a link to one of the elders in London and I told him, click that link and then join the meeting. Then we had a meeting for 40 minutes and then it went. Then nikasema, okay, nitaongeza ingine. Then I told him, today we are going to have a what? A Zoom fellowship. So while in the UK, I served people as though we were seeing one another. Because we could meet, we even could fellowship, we could do what Kikuyus call mashakayas, the memorial services and condolence services. We could do it. So those who would lose their parents in Kenya, we would organize for one. And we gather virtually. And then I decided to come back to serve my church. That is how later I ended up in this department.
The JPRC.
The JPRC.
How has it been? How has the experience been for you?
We are in formative stages, and I am, since my strong backyard affiliation is governance. I like structures, and the reason why people fail sometimes is because you are given a job and you start doing it as though it was there, and then you fail when you have nothing else to do. So what I've been doing in JPRC is putting the structures, very good structures, that whoever is going to come after me will have a manual, will have a handbook, will have structures that they are going to use. At the same time, we have programs in JPRC, civic education, paralegal studies, mediation training, yeah? And I've trained a team of people, PCA and non-PCA. Team of trainers, people who can do what is called TNA, training needs analysis. They can design a course. They can look for the course content. They can look for implementation aids, and they can do the assessment. There are people who can train anywhere. We have them. And it is my joy that these people can do this. I know there are people whom we have trained, including last night we were graduating a team of mediators, certified professional mediators. Currently, we are recognized by the Judiciary of Kenya. I am a certified and accredited mediator, and who is allowed to train by the, and so in our department we do that. Allow me to tell you that the field is ripe for all of us. If we stop to be copycats and begin to be originals.
Be yourself.
Being yourself.
Be what God created you to be.
What God created you to be. And that is only known between you and God. It is the treasure that God put in you. So sometimes other people may not understand it. But warrant you, if you don't understand what God put in you, And that's why I want to encourage people today that whatever you feel God is calling you to do, look for a mentor. Share it with a mentor. Let these people help you to understand that call. And you know, some of these mentors may not be alive, because a mentor must not be somebody whom you can see today. You may have a mentor who has even gone to be with the Lord, but reading about him, reading about their life, seeing how they ordered their lives, then you say, I would like to be like this one. That is the one that is your mentor.
Talking of reading, one book that you've read that really impacted your life.
Yeah.
You can share with us. I know you've read many books, but one book that really stands out.
Oh, this book is the book by Rick Warren.
Purpose Driven.
Purpose Driven Life. Of course, he has the Purpose Driven church and so many things. But this one, Purpose Driven Life, the 40 days of purpose. It changed my life when I was working in Loresho. And when it changed my life fast, after 40 days, I introduced this to the entire parish. From Sunday school to the group of the elderly, and to the session, and to the districts. And every single Sunday, we were preaching the same sermon in all our worship services. In Nyari, in the youth, in the first service in Loresho, in the second service in Loresho. We did this, and it was a whole campaign. I remember I had 8 ministers who were serving alongside me, and I was the only person who was who had the least of the education. That time I had a certificate in theology and pastoral studies, and I had doctors. I remember my friend Dr. Ndlovu, who is now in Canada, serving with the UCC, the United Church of Canada. I remember my students, Reverend Dr. Calvin. Yeah, I remember my students, Reverend Lucy. I remember Jacob. Yeah, I remember my evangelist Charles. All of them were better trained than me, but I was in charge.
Oh, you're talking of mentorship. Hold it there, Rev, because our time is really up, and I know I've been added 5 more minutes. We'll have a part 2 of your story.
Sure.
If you promise me to come back
Even
to the studio.
part 3.
Even part 3.
Yes.
But before I let you go, thank you so much, Rose Marimbe, all the way from Saudi Arabia. Thank you so much, Saudia.
Yeah.
Tunasikika.
Thank
we
you.
thank God. I want to ask you one last question, because the PCA Church is celebrating 100 years since the ordination of the first African minister. That was in 1926 at the Kikuyu Mission and also at the Tomotomo Mission area. How has this influenced you at a personal level, and what are your expectations as far as these celebrations are concerned? I'm sure I want us to close with that.
Yeah. This is a moment for the entire PCA and Africa to celebrate these ministers who are ordained and to learn something from them. They were ordained at a very difficult time, and reading their story, I can connect that story with my story, because they were not in the places where they would enjoy the ministry through the benefits that we get today. Today we have a lot of benefits, and that's the reality. Again, because times have changed. But these are pioneers. It is not very easy to be a pioneer. I think I would want to say that I'm just challenged by the way the white ministers felt that Africa should have Africans to minister and to be part of the ministry. And so I would want to say it is a moment for us to read the history of these people. It is time also to align ourselves with the reason for which these people were ordained. And it is time also, especially for the PCA Church, to think of the position of a minister in the next 100 years, how will it be? And where do we see ourselves in the next 100 years? Because we are concluding a chapter, a centenary chapter, and we are starting a new centenary chapter. What are we doing to do something that the church will remember? That when we were celebrating the ordination of the first minister, African ordained minister, then we planned for 1, 2, 3, and we have a structure that will help us even to monitor that. I count myself one of the firsts, because when you count the first that have been ordained in PCA, I am one of the first. I am the first Luo minister to be ordained.
Well, congratulations.
So, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And therefore, I still have to ask myself, what is this that I am supposed to do as a first? And have I been doing anything? So it is time to review, it is time to plan, and it is time to strategize for many years to come.
Wow, thank you so much. And our viewer, keep it CAC. For more on that, we're going to have more interviews with our ministers, because this will be happening in March. And there's also a lot, the New Testament, also in Kikuyu, the Alliance High School.
Liturgy.
Yeah, the first liturgy. There is quite a lot that is happening. So please make sure you keep it CAC. Elizabeth, thank you so much. I'm one of the beneficiaries mentored by Rev Agola, and re-pushed me and many others in our PCEA Kahawa West.
Wow.
We are better leaders, serving God, more blessings.
Thank you.
Nazoi from Kahawa West.
Thank you, Elizabeth Nazoi.
Rev, we end it there.
Thank you.
We'll have a part 2. So it's
And
to be
part
continued.
3.
And part 3.
Yeah.
And part 4.
Thank you.
To you, Ovia, thank you so much for tuning in. And please keep it CAC. I've been your host, Wanjiku Kamau.
Thank you. Asante.
Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Discover Africa with Mono Safaris Tours and Travel. Join us as we take you on unforgettable journeys to the most stunning destinations. Whether you're seeking thrills or calmness, we have the perfect tour for you. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Meet new friends, connect with loved ones, and immerse yourself in diverse cultures. Book now and enjoy your first adventure with us. Explore Africa with Mono Safaris Tours and Travel. Your adventure awaits. Visit us at our website www.monosafaris.com or email us info@monosafaris.com or give us a call on 111-504-807. Mono Safaris Tours and Travel. We are because we love what we do.
I take this opportunity to welcome you to this beautiful, serene, and lush learning environment. We have taken care and we are intentional to ensure that your stay here is beautiful, memorable, and fun-filled.